Honestly, entrepreneurship is all about your mindset. Taxes as an entrepreneur make you want to fist fight in the street. Writing off everything isn't always the goal. Hey y'all, it's Kim with a K, coming to you guys with a new video. I am going to spill a little bit of my own personal tea, my entrepreneurship tea. Today we're going to be talking about budgeting, insurance, got my iPad here with my notes, business expenses, hiring, and maybe some other things as the conversation goes on. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, definitely stick along. Definitely stay for the ride. Keep watching the video, child. For those that don't know, I am a lawyer as well as an influencer marketing consultant, influencer, content creator, and YouTuber. With my lawyer / consulting hat, I help other influencers as well as content creators, TikTokers, YouTubers, Instagrammers, all the people, okay? I help my fellow creators make sure that they're securing an accurate bag with their brand partnerships through contracts. I help provide educational tips and tricks on how to negotiate your contracts and your brand partnerships and any other opportunities that come with you having a digital platform, because it is not just brand deals that creators and influencers are getting, y'all. People are getting opportunities to be on TV, additional film opportunities, modeling opportunities. It's just so much potential and opportunities. How many times did I say opportunities? That you can get as an influencer. But yeah, I'm here to help. I will leave my services information down below if you guys are interested in that kind of thing. But today's video is not about that, okay? But gotta add that in. I will add also in this video, since we're talking about it, I have a masterclass coming up. I try to do them periodically. I don't have like a consistent schedule with them, but this masterclass is going to be good. It's a live interactive masterclass about how I review contracts for my clients. So we're gonna get into it, but that's at the end of the month. I'll leave links down below for that too. Okay, so budgeting, child. First off, ew, no, I'm just kidding. I had to frame my mindset around budgeting, because when I first thought of budgeting, it sounds like a limitation, like I'm withholding myself from doing something, which I kind of am. But now I try to view budgeting as a benefit. It's a way for me to have the ability to do things that I want to do, if that makes sense. If I know I'm traveling, I can budget for a month or so beforehand so that I can really enjoy that trip. Does that make sense? Sometimes it's all about the mindset. Honestly, entrepreneurship is all about your mindset. Once I'm still doing this, honestly, with my therapist. If y'all don't know, I use BetterHelp for therapy. But with entrepreneurship, once I started to shift my mindset around money, my opportunities, my potential, not having a ceiling as I do and as many of us do in a traditional workplace, it has changed the entrepreneurship game. It makes me feel more creative and fearless and inspired and motivated and excited, because I get to essentially cultivate the career path and the lifestyle that I want. And no one can tell what to do, because period, because I'm my own boss. CEO me. Of course, within reason. One of my favorite tools when it comes to budgeting is the Mint app. So what I like to do on the Mint app is I go in there and I like to set each month's budget by the type of category it is. So for example, like restaurants or food, depending on the month, it goes up, it goes down, it varies, because if I know, okay, like last month, June 2022, child, I guess that was big money, no, but it was my mom's 60th birthday. I had already budgeted accordingly, because I knew that I was going to go above budget, the usual budget, because I was going to treat my mom because she deserves it. I'm an only child, so you know, gotta do what I can. That's my girl. Shout out to my mom. Hey girl. Hey mom. I know she's probably watching this. Hey. But yeah, I love the Mint app. It's super easy to use. There are some features that I wish it had. Maybe I just don't know how to do it, and also I don't think I pay for the Mint. I still use the free. I use the free. So maybe that's it, but I would love to do my monthly budgets like in advance, like maybe quarterly, so I can like kind of do all the months at one time in that quarter. Because right now I only have access to like a week before, I think it's a week before the next month or something like that. So I would just like to have access for it quarterly, if that makes sense. Because for my business, I actually plan my goals and strategies and my financial goals quarterly for my business, and it has been so helpful. I started to actually try to do that in my personal goals as well, and it's been great. Of course I break them down in monthly, but having like an overall quarterly goal to go towards my yearly goal, it just helps break things down so I don't feel as overwhelmed, especially budgeting and money. Another tool that I use for budgeting is Quickbooks. I actually used to use Quickbooks self-employed, but now I use Quickbooks online because I have an accountant who is phenomenal. But QuickBooks is really easy to use. If you are a new entrepreneur, or even if you have a side hustle, get QuickBooks so you can see what money is coming in and what money is going out. So then you can accurately budget. If you do not know how much money you make, come on somebody. Coming in, going out, side hustles, regular 9 to 5, everything that's going on. If you don't know what money is coming and going, at least look at your statements, okay? Old school with it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Print out the statements, put some highlights together, get the color coordination, do what you need to do. But QuickBooks basically does that all for you in some circumstance. You just hook up all of your bank accounts that you'd like to monitor, and you're able to go in there and say, this is personal, this is business, this is personal, this is business. So then you can kind of get a general idea of what your taxes look like. Because let me tell you, when my accountant was like, you gonna owe this much in taxes, do you know the pain? Hold on, wait. Child. Taxes as an entrepreneur make you want to fist fight in the streets. It is crazy. But that's why now I try to set aside money for taxes quarterly. So y'all just pray for me, because last year I didn't do right. I thought I did and I didn't. I just made more than I thought, child. So that's why you need to know what's coming in and going out, okay? This is my second year. I'm about to be on my third year of entrepreneurship. So I'm just gonna say I've been learning a thing or two along the journey. So I hope some of these tips help you, but please know what's coming in and going out. QuickBooks is super easy to use, and honestly, think about it like this. Some of these softwares, they cost money, and we're gonna get into business expenses in a minute, but I'd rather invest $15 a month so that I'm not completely clueless when I gotta pay $20,000 at the end of the year to the IRS because I wasn't paying attention to what was doing, what was happening. That's sick. Invest in your business. What they say, scared money don't make money. Is that it? Is that what I'm thinking? Or you can't make money without spending money. Either way though. Before I switch to like insurance and things like that, I do want to talk about like exactly how I budget. I'm not gonna go into detail in this video unless you guys want another video on it. I'm kind of getting the feel for how y'all like me talking about these topics, okay? Because I don't really, yeah, if you guys like this kind of video, I can do more of them in more detail. But when I decide on how I budget, like I was saying, I look at the month and see what is coming up so I can set a realistic budget. I don't like to say, okay, I'm only gonna spend $10 on coffee. Bro, I know I'm not gonna do that. I look at previous months, which is also so important to check what was happening the quarter before or the month before. Don't set unrealistic budgeting goals because you're going to be frustrated. The goal with a goal is not to always make it easy to obtain, but make it realistic. If you know you spent $50 last month on, the last 3 months on coffee, the last 3 months have been $50. Then you like, no, I'm doing 10. Child, say 30. Bring it down slowly so you can meet your goal of getting to 10. But don't just dive into it. Now, sometimes people need to, okay? Now, listen, if you lost your job, baby, if something happened where you're like, I have to make substantial changes, yes, do so. But sometimes it's like cut corners where you need to, where you can realistically do it, is all I'm saying. Because I have been there where it was like, I'm penny pitching, baby. Rent is due and I'm like, one of y'all gotta go. Netflix, I'm sorry, child. Something has to go. So make sure that you're looking at your previous months when you're making your budget, and look at the month that's coming up and see what is happening so you can accurately budget. Also, I have this thing where I will not spend money I do not have. That goes with credit cards, etc. So my fellow creators, if you're on a net 30 and you're not using like an early pay software like Lumanu, I'll leave links down below. Yes, early pay where even net 30 don't matter because you can get your money regardless. I'm gonna do a video on it. But if you're not using a software like that where you're gonna get your payment automatically and you have to wait like 30 days, 60 days, 90, whatever the thing is, don't just spend your money assuming it's gonna come on time, because child, let me tell you, brands be late, companies be late, contractors, whoever you're working for could be late, something could happen. So don't assume that, oh, I'm gonna budget for $2,000 for this because I know I'm gonna get $3,000 for my brand partnership the week before, and then it don't come, and you looking and they looking and you looking and you sick, okay? Sick, it's sad, okay? It's sad. It's sad. So be realistic. So I mentioned my accountant. And this year is my first time having an accountant on my team, and she has been so helpful. I will leave her information down below. She's been phenomenal, her whole team, because it was a learning process for me, because I thought I had to make a certain amount of money in order to get an accountant. But having her has been phenomenal. It has held me accountable and taken away this unnecessary embarrassment when it comes to finances. It shouldn't be like this embarrassing thing, no matter whether you're making a lot or a little or somewhere in between, or like you're not at your desired amount of money, because a lot and a little is subjective, right? But don't be afraid to get some help with your finances, no matter what level of income you have. Of course you have to have enough, because some of them, listen, I gotta pay her, okay? They show take that auto payment every month. But that leads me into saying that I'm going to talk to a financial advisor this year. Thank you. Insert a little sound, because I have always been so scared to talk to a financial advisor because, again, it's like I feel like I need to make a certain amount, like I'm not at my goal yet, and all these things. But what someone told me is that you should talk to them, and so they can prepare you when you reach that level of income, so you're not getting there and then not being able to budget and not making the right financial choices when it comes to investing, which I haven't done yet, and I plan on doing this year as well. But I want to get professional advice on it. I don't want to just lollygag, and I can read about it, but listen, I'm all for paying for a professional service, okay? I'm a lawyer, so I can handle my contracts, right? Therapists, I go to BetterHelp, they're professional therapy. My friends ain't therapists. I love y'all. Sometimes I visit them, but when I need a professional guidance, I pay for the services. So I need to do the same thing when it comes to my money. So I will be talking to a financial advisor. I was trying to figure out how to find one. What I did is I just asked my friends and my colleagues. One of my really good friends recommended me one, and she sent me their contact, so I will be reaching out to them. I haven't done it yet. I'm doing this and saying this in a video to hold me accountable. But yes, so talk to a financial advisor as well. Okay, business expenses. Because I don't know them off the top of my head, I should have written them down. But I know for a fact that Squarespace is one of them. Lots of different apps and web extensions, they tend to have like small fees, and those add up, again, which is why I like Quickbooks, because I can go in there, I can see it. Also, my accountant keeps track of that for me, so it's super helpful for me to see what's coming in, what's going out. If I got double charged for something, she can alert me. It's just been phenomenal. So definitely make sure you guys get an accountant, or if you aren't there yet, definitely make sure that you use Quickbooks, because it's just so helpful. It's phenomenal, honestly. But other business expenses that I have are like my hiring, my hires, so different contractors, my accountant, my operations manager, my law school externs, different equipment that I need to purchase. So a new camera, a lens, lighting, clothing, my hair, my makeup products, my nails, my toes, so many different expenses, especially as a creator, because when you're on camera, for me to show up, I want to look presentable, okay? I need to look like something, very much something. So a lot of those things can be business expenses, but definitely talk to a professional so they can specifically give you what applies for business expenses for you. Also, at-home offices can be considered business expenses. Outside offices can be a business expense. Cars can be a business expense. Gas, mileage can be a business expense. Travels and trips can be business expenses. So many different things can really turn into business expenses. I spend I think my accountant said 30% of my income are business expenses, and I could probably go up. But honestly, I did go up in June, and we're gonna bring it right back down. But real quick, okay, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, y'all. I'm a lawyer, but I'm not your lawyer. This is not legal advice, not financial advice, I'm not a tax attorney. There's this, I don't even know how to explain it. There's this love for business expenses in the entrepreneurship community, I feel like. Not necessarily on YouTube, just in general, like in the ether, right, in society. Everybody's like, just write it off, 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 write it off, just write it off, just write it off, just write it off, just write. Okay, now you done wrote off all your money. So when you're trying to buy a house or a car or show proof of income, guess what you done did? You done wrote off all your goddamn you ain't making no money. So for example, let's say you made $100,000 that year, but you business expense $80,000, which first off, anyway, $80,000 of that $100,000 is your business expenses. So in some circumstances, your income is only $20,000. So if you're trying to get a house and you're like, oh, I made $100,000, they're like, no, baby, you made $20,000. You made $20,000. So the loan you're trying to get, the math not mathing, okay? So be careful with business expenses as well. I believe your first 1 to 2 years, there's a lot of, leeway with that, of course, because you're trying to get your business off the ground, all those things, but writing off everything isn't always the goal. But let's say you made almost $1 million. You should be writing things off. You do not want to pay taxes on the whole million. That make it make sense, Jesus. Do what you need to do. Talk to your financial advisor, talk to your accountant. Y'all, okay. So I don't know if I'm the only one. I don't think so. But when I first was thinking about quitting my 9 to 5, for those that don't know, I used to work in a law firm, employment litigation, and I quit in 2020 in the middle of the pandemic. But I have a video on that. I will leave it down below. I probably need to do an updated one. Maybe I'll do it at my 2-year anniversary for entrepreneurship. Anyways, yeah. I was so worried about a lot of different things. One of the worries was insurance. Like, health insurance was the main thing, but now I'm like, life insurance also is within that. Business insurance, retirement accounts, something, Roth RA, something, 401k, all of those things. But my main thing was like health insurance, right? And now I'm like, don't let that be the reason that you don't jump into entrepreneurship. If you truly have a passion, a desire, a business plan to do entrepreneurship, do not let health insurance, let me tell you, come on somebody, be the reason that you keep pushing off your purpose in being an entrepreneur. Somebody needed that one, because I was so worried. And y'all, it's not that difficult. Is it more expensive? Yes, it's ghetto. Yes, it is. I'm not gonna say and tell you it's not more expensive. It is. You can do the marketplace, the healthcare marketplace, or you can literally call, like, let's say Blue Cross Blue Shield or whomever, and say, hey, I need an individual insurance plan, or hey, I need a company insurance plan for me and my employees or me and my contractors. Boom. And they give you a price. That's what our employers had to do. Hey, we a company. I got 20 employees. We need insurance. What's the packages? What's the packages packaging? You know? So don't be afraid of that. But with that being said, I would love to know, how many of y'all have life insurance? Now, I'm 28 years old, and I had this thought like, oh, well, I don't have to have life insurance until I'm older, right? Wrong. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Say it with me, you're wrong. Please comment below, do you have life insurance? I would love to, if you're comfortable sharing, please. Because I am in the process of getting it this year, and I'm just like, why didn't I get it when I was younger? The benefit of getting life insurance when you're younger, y'all, is it's cheaper. That's the gag. The gag is it's cheaper. So it's just like, get in now, and it's so important. There's so many benefits and I guess comfort when knowing that you have life insurance for you, for your loved ones, and just it's a level of comfort. I'm going to talk more about that. I'm still doing research on that. I'm looking at Protective Life. I'm actually working with them. Stay tuned, y'all. Y'all want to know more about. But I'm educating myself on it, because something I don't know much about. Just like investing, I'm educating myself on it. And you know, the more I know, the more I'll share and things like that, because I don't like to talk about stuff I don't know. But what I do know is that I've seen when family members didn't have life insurance, and that struggle and pressure it puts on everyone else. And it's just, like I said, a level of comfort. I've also seen when people got life insurance later in life, much older than me, like double my age, and realize, oh wow, it's really expensive now, because you either already have health conditions that they have to consider when it comes to your price and your rates and things like that. So don't be afraid of life insurance. If you're younger, y'all, I'm right there with you, and I'm signing up this year. Business insurance, good to go. I kind of just do that all with my LLC. I use Legal Inc, legalinc.com. It's basically they act as my agent when it comes to anything related to my LLC being formed and everything like that. They really help me stay on top of the letters that I receive and my business taxes and business licenses and things like that, because different states have different requirements, different counties have different requirements, and different industries have different requirements. So they're really a helpful resource. So I definitely recommend them. I will leave links to that down below as well if you're interested. Last thing I want to talk about is hiring. I kind of sprinkled it in there. We're talking about like contractors, my externs and all that, but I want to talk about preparing to hire. So shout out to my operations manager. I love her. She started with me in January, and when I think about my entrepreneurship journey, it's like, how did I even function without her? Like, she is phenomenal. She helps me with systems, automation, staying on top of tasks. She helps me with email management. She just really is a wealth of knowledge, and she just shows initiative, and that's exactly what I needed. And something that she probably doesn't even know that she did for me is she showed me what I desire in an employee. I need someone that is funny and fun and down to earth, but professional, relatable, understanding, stern, honest, knowledgeable, has experience in the position that they're in, takes initiative, is reliable, responsible, and is able to communicate and is not afraid to ask questions, as well as correct me when I'm wrong. All of those different things, I could go on and on. She really showed me, okay, these are the qualities that I would desire in an employee, in a long-term contractor, etc. So she's phenomenal. And before I hired her, I just knew I needed some help. And what I loved is that she reached out to me and kind of was listening to what I was saying in my blogs. Like, I'm struggling with this and this and this. And she came to me with like, hey, I already know your brand. This is what I can provide. These are the services I have. Let me know if this works. And it just has worked out so well. My externs, they're phenomenal, but preparing for them is I set aside money so that when I knew I had to pay them, what I had to pay them, I'm able to do it without having to be stressed about how am I going to make enough this month to pay my externs. That money is already set in stone. With my other hire, which is probably the biggest hire I've ever done, is with Kayla. Hey, Kayla girl. We hired her as an influencer marketing consultant / lawyer. She's studying for the bar exam right now, sending you love, sending you positive vibes. You got this, girl. We're so excited and so proud of her, and we're so excited to have her on the team. So preparing for that, I'm also doing the same thing. She's going to be under a 4-month contract starting out, so she can see if she likes it. We can see if she works for our company and then go from there. So hopefully it'll be a full-time offer, my first full-time employee, but we'll see when that time comes. So she starts in the fall. But preparing for this hire, myself as well as Joshua, my operations manager, we just looked to see where do we need help. Honestly, like what were the missing points within the company? Where were areas where we both were stressed or we needed some extra hands and extra help? Having the externs is letting me see how it's going to be having another lawyer / consultant on the team. They're not lawyers, of course, but I can see kind of how I'm able to delegate to them in a different manner, because I've hired assistants and things like that, but I have never hired for like the contract lawyer aspect of the business. So that's been really exciting. It's also been molding me and teaching me leadership skills and communication skills as a business owner, and honestly like making me think, who do I want to be as a CEO? What do I want my company to look like? All those things. So hiring is a big deal. It's great. I love delegating now. I still struggle sometimes, but delegating is so important because I know the level that I desire to reach in my business and in my company, and I'm gonna have to have help. I cannot do it on my own. It does not take away from my expertise, my credibility by having help, because I know the people that I'm going to hire, I'm going to vet them, they're going to be trained, and I'm going to trust that they're going to present themselves as if it was me in the company with any client or anyone that we're talking to. So anyway, hiring is a big deal. Set aside the money ahead of time and be realistic on your payments. Oh, and real quick, don't just be hiring just to hire, right? Like, if you aren't in a place in your business that you need help yet, don't just be hiring just to hire. Maybe I'm sorry, listen. This is coming from love. This is coming from the heart, because I love you. Maybe you need to be disciplined. Maybe you need to get up, create a schedule, and stick to it. Maybe you need to not scroll on social media as much. Maybe you need to say no to some outings with your family and friends because you're focusing on building the foundation of your business. Sometimes it's not that you need to hire, and I'm saying this because I've been there. It's not that you need to hire yet. It's that you need to put your head down and put in the work. That's just how it is. And I'm saying that because I've been there. I didn't realize how undisciplined I was when I stopped being so motivated. When I first quit my job, I was so excited. I'm hype. I'm excited. Flexibility. But then it was like, whoa, I have 24 hours in a day. I have no structure. How do I create structure? What would structure look like? I was struggling that first year, not necessarily, no, honestly, financially, and just like day to day, I did not know what I was doing. I'll say not as much financially because luckily I had 3 to 6 months saved up of my expenses. I had 6 months, then I moved, and it was a whole bunch of things, so then it ended up being like 3 months. But I didn't calculate the fact that I was going to be waiting net 30 payments before we had this early pay option with Lumanu and things like that. I was stressed with just, what does my structure of my day look like? Like, I didn't have like a workout routine. I didn't have like a morning routine, a night routine, a skincare routine. And I know here on YouTube and just on social media in general, sometimes those routine videos seem like everyone's doing the routine. I promise y'all, as an entrepreneur, you need a routine. You need a morning routine so that it triggers your mind and your creativity and your business to begin the day. Honestly, you need something where it's like, okay, I know I do this to get up and to get motivated and get my day started. Nighttime routine, okay, I know I do these things because that is triggering. It's time to get some rest so that we can reset for a productive day the next day. different routines really help you navigate entrepreneurship. Honestly, even with a 9-to-5, any career path, any day-to-day, it's so helpful and beneficial. So set a routine, try some out, watch different videos and try things out and see what works for you. Am I doing my routines perfectly every single day? No, I'm human. I'm very human. But I know what I need to do when I've fallen off of my routine. I know how to get back. I know the different steps that I need to take to get back on it. So yeah, put in the work, okay? What did Kim say? People don't put in the work. Okay, I'm not necessarily condoning everything she said, y'all, because that's a different story. But sometimes you really just have to put in the work. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up this video if you did enjoy. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Share this video with your family, friends, and colleagues. If you don't know, you're about to find out, because I always end my videos with an affirmation. So thank you so much again for watching, y'all. Definitely comment below. I want to know, do you have life insurance? I'm serious, because I mean, I was taken aback when I had the conversation with Protective Life. Like, wow, I should probably do that today. But yeah, so you made this far in the video, comment below this affirmation. I am a money magnet. Come on, somebody. That's nothing but a prayer. No, really. I am a money magnet. Money flows through me. Oh, come on, somebody. No, but seriously, these affirmations really help me. I know y'all be like, she just put them at the end of the video. No, child. I be really saying these affirmations in the mirror, in my journal, to my therapist. I have to, because your mind is a powerful thing. What you think, what you say, all those things really start to manifest in so many different ways. So I'm gonna run that back one time for the one time. If you made this far in the video, comment below this affirmation. I am a money magnet. And there is no shame in wanting to make more money. There is no shame in wanting to be financially stable. There is no shame in wanting financial freedom. There's no shame in it. And people that think it is, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but it ain't nothing. Oh, hey. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next one. Later. Y'all so far away.